Hello guys, it's Darksigner here from the German Duel Masters channel, coming at you with another deck profile. And today we have the second place list of our German Duel Masters online tournament, which was held in May 2020, and I hope you guys checked out some of our duel videos from that tournament. And yeah, on your screen you can see the second place list of Marino-Control, piloted by Halfar. And yeah, let's start with the profile. He played 2 Lost Soul. Recently our metagame has been really control heavy, so 2 Lost Soul makes perfect sense. And for finishers, he plays 2 Bloom Urkis Flare Guardian and a playset of Craze Valkyrie the Drastic. The Bloom Urkis is basically a Bolmedius with a twist, so instead of sending shields straight to the graveyard, you can use shield trigger spells to your own advantage. But even if you don't hit shield trigger spells with it, it still gives you knowledge about your opponent's hand, and you can play around certain stuff accordingly after that. And also that 8.5k body is pretty good because it can't be killed by APOC and like standard evolution creatures that have 8k power. And yeah, the 4 Craze Valkyrie are just great for getting a field clear by tapping 2 creatures or just tapping blockers that stand in your way so you can get in that finishing blow. And yeah, also Initiate is basically, in my opinion, the best race in the light civ, so it makes sense to play Craze Valkyries. For shield trigger defense, Halfar played 2 Holy Awe and 4 Terror Pit. I think 2 Holy Awe is enough. He plays those 4 Crazy Valkyries, so he has enough tapping ability. More than 2 Holy Awe's would be kinda redundant. And Terror Pit is just a staple removal card. So moving on, in the second row you can see 4 copies of Marinomancer, which is the main card of the deck and gives this deck its name, Marino-Control. You're trying to keep the water count in this deck as low as possible, so you can draw the maximum amount of cards with Marinomancer. And yeah, most of the time it should be a draw 2 or 3. Unfortunately for Halfar, he missed more than he got insane draws with it against me. But yeah, that was just unlucky, I guess. For the 4 drops, he plays 1 Thrash Crawler and 2 Corpse Charger to get his finishers out of his graveyard or mana zone, and also the combination of Corpse Charger and Thrash Crawler can get you basically an infinite amount of blocker. And yeah, moving on for the rest of the 4 drops, he played 3 copies of Cranium Clamp and a playset of Locomotiva and Magris. So Cranium Clamp, just a strong card, and Locomotiva as well, good discard, and Magris is a staple draw card in this deck, as you can't play Aqua Hulkus because that would be too much water cards in the deck, so Magris makes sense here, and is also an evolution bait for Craze Valkyrie. And yeah, in the last row we start with a playset of Tajimal, Vizier of Aqua. It's also an evolution bait for Craze Valkyrie, and as it's part light and part water, it gives you water mana, but also it gets added to hand by Marinomancer, and it's a nice defense against all those fire creatures, small or big. And the next card is 3 copies of Miraculous Snare, which is a very versatile removal card because it puts a creature from the battle zone to its owner's shield zone. So worst case scenario, if you're out of shields, you can recycle creatures to your own shield zone. But in most cases you want to get rid of opposing creatures. You have to keep in mind it can only target non-evolution creatures, but still very good removal, as the shield zone is the zone you have the least access to in Duel Masters. And rounding out the 3 drops is the energy stream, 3 copies of it, just some additional draw. And yeah, the only 2 drops are 2 Ghost Touch and 3 Serious Vizier of Suppression, even more discard, and another Evo bait for Craze Valkyrie. Yeah, that's his list. After the tournament he shared his thoughts on it. He said that Cranium Clamp and Energy Stream at 3 was a bit too much, so Halfar says that he wants to cut one of each because he missed some more 2 drops. He said that he likes to play 4 drops, so Loco and Magris, or Magris, and then one of either Sarius or Ghost Touch, and he didn't have access to those kinds of plays in the tournament, so he said he definitely needed to add more 2 drops. But yeah, overall I think his list was pretty good and got him to a 2nd place finish. And I hope you guys enjoyed this profile, and let's see you at another video.